day 44. Also, I blew past it a little bit, but last time we drew 2 new rooms. I actually don't know if I remember what the 2 new rooms are. One of them's definitely the kennels. Amateur lockpick kit, magnifying glass keys. It is nice to start with a lockpick kit. Pretty nice. At this point, keys are a bit rarer than gems lately. Ta-da! 66 coins at the beginning of today. That's a bit silly. Alright, so I don't care about the tomb necessarily. Ever again. I guess last run the tomb... Ooh, I should have checked for the coins it probably generated. I forgot about the part where it generates coins. Because I did check it before my run was over, huh? Oh. I guess we're doing a schoolhouse run. I guess it's time for a schoolhouse run. Ooh, look, it's a hole that I can't dig in yet. Ooh, it's exciting. Closing address. Yes, that's the work in progress on them closing up the thing. This is only my 3rd schoolhouse run. Okay. Well, that derails other things, but I've been wanting to do another schoolhouse run to gain any information we can. Because now we have more context of what we'd even want to try to glean from it. But yeah, day 44, and this is my 3rd time drawing the classroom. Okay. I was hoping I can get it to draw pretty commonly, please. Parlor. Both of the new ones. The 3 gems and the 2 dice. Okay. It is nice knowing that those are both going to be in play now at the beginning of runs. Mainly the 2 dice. The 3 gems, not a huge change. I also still have to earn them. This is the only true box. The gems are in the other box with a true statement. Which means this one also has to be true. One of the other boxes is true. Well, this can't be the only true box by any definition, really. Or in the other box with a true statement. This one claims one of them has to be true, so it has to be these 2 that are true. Because this one can't be true with any of the other ones, but this one says the gem is in the one with a true statement. And this one doesn't make any claim about the location of the gem, so there's no way to narrow it down. One of the other boxes is true, which would make this box true. And this is the other box with the true statement, so it has to be the black one. I think. Yay, I didn't miss my inaugural 3rd gem. Awkward. Do I prioritize the dead end or the layout? I think I want to do the library because one, library gives me an extra redraw for the classrooms. Don't have a specific one I'm trying to work towards right now. But also, drawing uncommon rooms might generate a classroom. There's one. Oh, the gallery. But the classroom's are the priority. If the classroom doesn't ruin my run, I'll try to draw it every time. Yeah, so we figured out the colors of these flags. Should be right about all that. So I believe I already solved this room. An apple. This would be a good run to generate a lab result based on apples. I might get a lot of them. I say that, but I just ate the first one, and I've only ever made it to classroom 4 before, so that's only 3 more. West Wing Hall to save my layout, please. I have 3 redraws available. Wild, but I think the West Wing Hall is just the best option right now. As tempting as it is to spam the redraw until another classroom spawns, which I might do in the future. Good spot for a workshop. It lets me keep going forward, but also lets me have access to the workshop. God, the fact that the workshop isn't rare anymore is just... I have a renewed interest in this game not making me insane anymore. Having the rarity of the workshop was killing me. It was like, this can't be the way the game works, right? It just seems cruel at some point that it's so hard to get the workshop when it's so vital to all of the things you're doing. And now it isn't. They gave you 2 ways to remedy it. They gave you the conservatory, which I did not draw just now, unfortunately. The conservatory helps you with the workshop eventually, potentially, but then they also give you the wrench, which I don't know if the wrench has particular drawing, spawning conditions or something. Or anything like that. But, regardless of whether or not it has, like, spawning conditions, like, just the fact that it can eventually show, okay, I guess I'll just do a classroom here. I don't get the ability to redraw from the classroom's endpoint, but that's more classroom progress. But yeah, the wrench letting you rewrite the rarity of every mechanical room you draw that run is great. I just wish, I don't think I did draw the mechanarium, though, with it. Or if I did, I made it more common, but not hyper common because I don't want it to be like choking up my stuff. I don't remember if I drew it or not. Mathematics worksheet. Find each sum without using signs. Now these make sense because we're more used to doing with that. We're more used to the idea of interpreting the colors. So this is 6 minus 4 and so on. Look at the colors. 2 plus 5 is 7. 5 plus 9. 4 plus 9 is 13. How'd they get to 2? 7 plus 3 is 10. 7 minus 3 is 4. So they just are wrong. 9 minus 8, 9 minus 8 is 1. They say look at the colors, but then isn't this right? They may be guessing every time what each one does. 2 and 2 and they went 0 like it's minus, but it's actually times. This one's minus also. 3 minus 4 is 1. That's correct. 7 and 3 equals 9? I don't know how they got 9 via any interpretation. 6 minus 1 minus 3 would be 2, yeah. So some of these kind of make sense if you're wrong about what the colors mean. But some of them I can't figure out how you'd ever get that. And all the blah blah blah. Nothing remarkable about these ones, but one of them had a thing on it, right? Penelope. Formic. One, 2, 3, 4. I thought there was one that had a weird code written on it. Was that... That might have been one of these worksheets found elsewhere? I keep thinking I can do something with this canvas because it stands out so much. That's kind of weird that I can't draw on it or something. IDK. Commissary is a decent starting point. Get more of those purchases out of the way up front. Metal detector. Shovel. Yeah, sleeping mask and salt shaker. I do like finding these here instead of just like a bundle of gems or something, just because they both add up to my step economy without me having to manage it actively. Ugh, classroom. We want the classrooms, but that's awkward. It is killing my layout pretty badly here. I think I want to get the hallway to give myself more of a chance of reaching the foundation, because otherwise my west wing hall is the only direction I have to go in right now. It sucks. I'm breaking my rule of trying to draw the classroom every time it shows up, but it is really bad for my layout right now. So are these. Fuck. Okay, so I'm not going to reach the foundation. I don't have a way of re-rolling these. The bedroom lets me turn right at least. So it might spawn a room. Nope. an item. And then I'd put a classroom here. Nope. Yeah, let's do the wine cellar for 3 gems. Instead of the other one. I think wine cellar takes precedence over storeroom in the same context. They're both dead ends, but one is a key and 2 gems, and the other one is 3 gems. Alright, we are down to 1 remaining door. Okay. Yeah, not right now, garage. I would like to draw the garage and the other room. Let's see, sledgehammer. I can open this one up. Yeah, I'd like to draw some of those other things, but right now the priority is to not let them kill my run already. Let's take the corridor to get a bit more distance in this direction. Gah. Classroom means missing out on that direction unless we can get back down to the foundation. The water level is up right now, so I should be able to reach the foundation from beneath if I disable the security. I might be able to access that from the inside. Grade 3. This is the chemistry one. This baffled me. Because they were like looking at the chemistry symbols and then just spelling with them. Which was weird, but I think the periodic table of elements did have a puzzle tied to its like actual spelling in the lab, so maybe they're gesturing at that. Disrespectful, see me after class. Yeah, there's the weird sideways 8 that I've been wondering about. That maybe helped me solve the gallery one. Got a 3. Just 3 worksheets this time? Teardrop. Lol. They tried. Unfortunately, school is mostly there to teach you not to be creative. Your creative solution will not be rewarded. Break room turns right. Let's do redraws. I have all these redraws available. Those are all dead ends. I would like a classroom or an outward branching room, please. Courtyard's okay. I can accept the courtyard. Uh-oh. Security door. I did not get to keep my security key, and I have not found security yet. Silver key. This is a good spot for a silver key. We want to open up our layout a bit more. Those are not great definitions. Okay, first of all, the gymnasium isn't a 4-way room. Neither is the throne room, and the chamber of mirrors functionally isn't one. This is just like you dishonoring the deal, silver key. You didn't give me a single 4-way room. The gymnasium's like the closest one. I really wish it went south to reach the foundation, though. The throne room is so expensive. I don't want to spend all those gems right now. I need to axe that room. Damn it. Alright, gymnasium. Damn it. Let's try to go south. You've been very rude today. Oh my god, that's hard to see. Gah. Alright. At least the reading nook turns right. Gives me a chance. No, okay. Kitchen and library both kind of go that way. And this gives me the chance to buy food if I need to. Wow, I already cleared up the commissary and I have 42 coins right now. 43? It's a bit silly. Alright, the tomato suit's basically useless right now. Do the banana. Because each one gets a salt shaker for an extra step too. That's some good stepping right there. Ew. Yeah, I want the classroom, but don't take me this close to the foundation, then turn the other way. It's rough that you can't rotate anything without really specific conditions. At least it is a mechanic. They eventually let you do it in a really specific context so you can kind of earn it. That's the diamond, right? Yeah, I'm like, that's not the Southern Cross. That's the apple, and that's the key. So I got a key and a gem, and apples get a bonus, but a little late. And also gems might summon more from green rooms. A lot of decent little bonuses. And a turnip. A salted turnip. That sounds disgusting. I actually don't remember what turnips even taste like, to be honest. They don't come up that much. They're not really a headliner, so even when turnips are used in something, I don't think they were like, yeah, it's got turnips in it. Another classroom. I'm making big classrooms. I'm already as far as I've ever made it in classrooms. This is grade 4, right? Five out of 7. Let's see. What was the political statement? I hope this isn't a political statement. You better not be making any political statements, student. Let's see. It's fine. It's in my notes anyway. I'm not really equipped to, off the cuff, interpret what's wrong with it without reviewing all the previous notes. I have this map screenshotted already. I don't think there's anything in this room that I need to investigate that much. Just because I already have the information. Oh, this would have been a good screenshot to have just to actually fill that one in. It does, like, and it does implicitly challenge you to fill it in, which makes sense, because the game is going to ultimately test us on our ability to make every sigil ourselves. Geography. Ben Aries. Isn't that the one I'm confused about? Yeah, it's Arinda Aries, Arch Aries, Araya. So it's like, where is Fen Aries? I'm getting confused about what's going on here. Arch Aries and Araya. Fen Aries. What's the difference between Arinda Aries and Fen Aries? I don't really get it. This is called Fen Aries. That's a town called Fen, but north is Arch Aries, south is Araya. So it's the same area of the map that Arinda Aries seems to take place in. There's a town called Fen. Maybe that's just Fen Aries, and that's just stuff that's near it? I'm not super sure. Mount Holly is where we are. Oris, some kind of spire. Let's add this to my screenshots real quick. Document that a little bit later. Okay. I feel stupid about the Fen Aries or Arinda Aries thing, but I'm like, even here, I'm like, they occupy the same space on the map. Like, why is there two different names? Even if it's like a United Kingdom versus England thing, it's like, okay, which one? But what specifically does each one mean in that context? Like, because I don't feel like I can directly analog it to that. Maybe there's another explanation for it somewhere that I've been missing or forgot about. I'm gonna have to go with utility closet. It's a good dead end room. I flip off the security and the gymnasium. And now if I play security, I can access this room in the courtyard. Otherwise I need to go into the gymnasium. And the gymnasium no longer costs me steps, so that's also nice. But I'm also really set on steps, so not much to worry about there. And there's security. Okay. Decent place to place it. I can't reroll right now anyway. But also will... Yeah, it's gonna let me bypass the security key anyway. Something over here? Oh, over there. Two gems somewhere. Oh. Where'd I miss those? Security level high. Unlocked. Oops. Swan Song. Electronic mail. Yeah, none of that's new. And there's no data packets for this one, so it's just the lab one. Glossary of terms. What word did I want to learn 2 episodes ago? Fuck. Dead end. Luck. We only need a bit of it. Luck determines the likelihood that you will find additional items in the rooms on your estate. Luck can be raised by certain items and rooms marked by the on their floor plan by a clover. Okay. So luck's a really big deal. Luck straight up increases the chance items will get found. But raising luck... Yeah. Luck is not indicated as whether or not it goes up permanently or just for that run. Permanent. Spread. No, I know what spread means. Yeah, I'm not sure. If anything else came to mind, maybe luck. I feel like another word came to mind, and at the time I was like, what does that mean? Oh, security door. Not great, but I can fix the dark room at least. I don't like how everything else makes my layout bad. Let's head back down over here. Fuck you, dark room. Let's see. The den is over there. Maybe I should loop over there because it's a lower rank. And do that one next. It's a pretty convoluted path, actually. It'd take me a lot more steps to get there. God damn it, I forgot to actually trigger this room. God damn it. I didn't walk in first. The weight room, no. Oh, these are cursed. Okay. Good laboratory. 2 red rooms is mean. The fact that I forgot to trigger the dark room, so I ran all the way back to do nothing, and I had to go all the way back again, turn it back on, then trigger the dark room, then go all the way back to turn it. It's so fucking annoying. Good thing I have a lot of steps, but maybe we'll go around for now. Alright, new experiments. Lose 10 steps and gain 20 gold. Gain 1 star. Set your steps to 40. No new effects this time, damn. First time you enter each room in the 9th rank. Each time you draft an upgraded floor plan for each different antechamber lever you pull. I've already done most of my upgraded floor plans, I think, this run. I guess gain 1 star in the 9th rank is fine. Just as a fun little bit of progress. Packet management. Oh. I choose which ones I want to turn on. Spend 2 or more gems drafting a security room. Each time you find some trash while digging. Each time you view your map, lose 10 steps. That's such a funny one. I'd lose my mind. But it does mean, but if you wanted to, you could activate this late in the run, and then you could like spam the effect. You just open the map over and over again to trigger the effect, until you're out of steps. And then you'd have the incentive to buy more steps to then be able to spam the effect even faster. So you could very rapidly give yourself like 10 more allowance or something. Every room you draft in the next 40 seconds is so cursed. Each room you place the fireplace. Each rank of 409. We draw a red room. All the different antechamber levers is alright, because you can control that. Each time you view your map and lose 10 steps, I don't want that usually, but being able to tell whether or not when it happens, like I can choose it from a list, so I can just not pick that one. Draft a shop room is okay. I'm up to 7. Immediately kind of sucks because you only get 1, but you might want it. For each room you draft within the next 40 seconds is very funny. Yeah, let's just put it in because it's funny. Let's see. 1 permanent gold tiered allowance. Set your steps to 40 is a pretty good one. Small chest at the entrance hall. Gain 1 star. Spread dirt in the driveway is a weird one. Add 3 aquariums is so cursed. The aquariums didn't count as a gear room though, so I don't really have a reason to spam them. They're just like they lead to a very weirdly powerful run, but they spam the layout so much they don't get to draw what you probably are trying to actually work towards. We don't need mailroom letter anymore. Stock your pantry with fruit if it's placed well. Lower the reservoir is interesting. If you could drain it enough, then you could potentially leave the reservoir and the well empty, and then still keep the facilities you want to have water full. Oh, remove a crate from the tunnel. There it is. Unseal one of the doors of the antechamber. Gain 1 key for every 40 steps you have. Permanently increase your lockpicking skills, pretty good. Yeah, that's all the permanent ones, right? Is gold tier allowance, star, yeah. Gain 1 random item and set your keys to 0 is terrifying. Unseal one of the doors of the antechamber is kind of an edge case, but could be nice just to have it open so that when you get up there, you don't have to worry about being able to reach through it. It could be a guaranteed 3-way door that helps you late in the game. Set your dice to 2 is pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, 1 left. One key for every 40 steps you have, or 1 key for every 2 hallways in your house. It's probably the 2 hallways in your house probably has a higher number than the idea of you having 80 steps. Yeah. Okay, so I've changed the randomized loop, but now for 2 days I've missed out on actually getting to do the new things. Last time because I didn't check in time, and this time because it turns out you have to manually change which ones are turned on at the point, it seems. Because everything I saw was... I think everything that I saw was old. Nope, no new mail here either. Okay, so I wasn't missing anything there. Good to know. Let's open this lab door up. Oof. Man, I really want to open the area out, but can you give me, like... Let's just kill all my gems. It'll have to be the break room, I think. Like, at least give me the ability to turn it off with a shield. First time you enter each 9 rank, so I can get 4 stars up here. Oh, the antechamber also counts as a room on the 9th rank, so I can get 5 stars this run that way. It's a decently high number. There's definitely conditions I can trigger more than 5 times, but that's a decent one. You also don't always get all 5 of them. Obviously. 3 squared is 9. 5 times 6 is 30. 30 minus 20 is 10. 20 times 1 is 20. No, did something wrong. Nine. 5 times 6 is 30. Minus 20 is 10. Ah, I did 20. $11 minus 5 minus 6, so 5, 6, 7. 11 minus 7 is 4. 4 squared is 16. 16 divided by 9 isn't an integer. 11, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops. 11 minus 8 is 3. 3 squared is 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1. Plus 11 is 12. There we go. Bing, bing, bing. Easy peasy. Closed exhibit. I do have access to pass the security door. And everything else is going to lock me off. Well, the spare room doesn't, but... Secret coin. Oh, it's been a while since we drew a classroom, but that's a really bad one. That would set me all the way back to only having the den. Like, damn, man. Let me open up the layout a little bit. Oh, it's the other side of the dark room. So I guess I don't have to go do that now, but I did waste the trip the first time. I guess I'll take the treasure trove for all the loot, but... I can't tell if the treasure trove clues are helpful at all, or if they're just fucking with you over the reservoir chests, which at this point I'm resigned to potentially just spam opening with as many keys as it takes to eventually open them all, just to see if I get upgrade disc eventually, only via the leftover keys at ends of runs. Ooh, no. Well, I can't re-roll it, and the classroom lets me turn instead of being at a dead end. Grade 5. We've technically made progress. Wow, I haven't drawn a new classroom all the way back down there. All the way back when I was like, damn, look at me go. Highest ever score on They're trying. Highest ever score on, They're doing these finally. Yeah, I'm being punished for bragging that I reached rank 4, and now it's like, it was a huge ordeal to get to class rank 5. Art prompt. Draw 2 things that share all but one letter in their name. Oh. They're fucking with me over how the rooms work. Plain. I'm fascinated by these kids that are drawing things at a completely different angle. Like, I understand not being able to draw a face and be like, fuck it. But like, that's a different... That plane's turned in 3D space. That's admittedly a hard perspective to do, but it's like... It's interesting that they end up drawing something that's like... It doesn't even resemble the perspective of the original one. This one's not that far off, but the legs are really far off. This guy's fingers are literally on the other side. He's reaching over the top instead of around the back. Like, it's a completely different everything. It feels like it'd be... I guess because I draw and I'll use references and stuff, so it's like, from my perspective, I'm like, it's so much harder to be drawing a completely different version than what you're looking at. Art prompt, tooth and 2, spelling incorrect. Just gets an F. This is a mean assignment. You tried to draw 2 things, but you just failed the entire thing all at once because they have an they really struggle drawing a 2, wow. And then the one they settled on looks worse than this one, honestly. Damn, look at this person go. Acorn and corn? That does match the prompts of the surrounding area, yeah. Corn and acorn. I'm just noticing that like the art prompt is draw 2 things that are like, this is a spelling test. I hate this country, man. Honestly, it feels kind of American in all of its nonsense, but I'm like, your chemistry test was a spelling test, and now your art test is also a spelling test. That's not about artistic skill or demonstrating that you're paying attention to the techniques that you're supposed to be learning, regardless of like your technical proficiency or whatever. Clever. Robot and root. What? B? Are they being graded on their drawing proficiency too? We gave them you said clever, but then Cal gave them a B. Why did he only get a B? What's wrong with his other points? I don't like this. What is this teacher's rubric? They frustrate me on behalf of their students. Okay. It's pretty high up to have a dining room, but everything else will end me. Oh, but I can redraw. I still have a den to draw? Music room if I want more pain. Oh, the armory? I'll settle for the armory. Do I have an axe? It's a torch. Shield here, though. So I can survive when I draw the weight room next. What do I do with a torch and a morning star? This is +1 gem. I don't know if I have anything to light on fire, just at all anymore. A locksmith. Let's take the paper crown. That's an additional reroll I could be using. So this is where it ended up. There we go. And it is a bit tempted to not store it here because I've been drawing the freaking closed exhibit more often and then not having it to get. Let's just buy the torch so I don't have to come back if in case a scenario comes up that needs it. I've already been through the kitchen and the commissary and now the entire armory, and I still have about 50 gems left, so it's like they're actively hard to spend at this point until I get a showroom, and the showroom's so expensive that it's prohibitive. I'm down to 1 door, which is not great, so that it was a good idea to grab the red crown. It'll give me another chance to get a better draw here that doesn't end my run. The classroom is okay. Oh, but the gallery. I do really want the gallery, because I want the 8 key, so I have another chance at figuring out what it does. And it keeps not drawing. There we go. So where is this 8 room? Ruminate. Christopher Manson. There's no clue about where the 8th room is. I can just keep jamming it in there. The classroom's okay. I'm gonna really need a right turn next. And a left turn, so hopefully just a split. Grade 6. A projector. I think that's just dirt and dust, not necessarily supposed to be... History is penned by the victors. Is it history class, as opposed to geography, I guess? %. Who was the first crowned ruler of Fen Ares? Which city of Fen Ares is named after a historical figure? How many sons did the 4th king of Rinda have? 2, right? Is 2 sons and a daughter? Or is it the different person? How long did the War of the 5th Era last? Which realm did not ally with Fen Ares during the war? Which flag was forbidden to be flown at full staff after the war? The black flag's the old flag. 67%. 4 out of 6. 4 out of 6. They all have different ways of circling their answers too. Wow, this apple glows. It's noticeably brighter than anything else. %. No commentary on people's takes or whatever. Alright, I'm gonna document these real quick to give me a moment to save them all as screenshots for later reference, just in case. Ooh, a helpful unfilled one. Okie dokie. Screenshots screenshotted. Doing a version history there. We'll double check that stuff and see if it... Oh, hello. Wait. Oh, this is the focus. Hello. I assume this is the pacification. Yes, the black and red uniforms. Can I click on it to get a centered view? Not really. Victory at a great cost because of all the death. The cape of the king, the scepter, the red king, I guess. That does not look like an emblem in the background. I don't think this is necessarily gonna change my stuff so far. Huh. Are they tearing up the railroad, not building one? He's got an axe. That doesn't seem very relevant to railroad building, right? It looks like they're tearing up the railroad. Need to take a moment to write tore up railroads after pacification question mark just to see if that's relevant. But don't we already know this kingdom's emblem? That's a lot of red. There's a dirigible. And a Capitol building, red flags. Read categorizing as being the war slides. Red flags and aircraft, that part's noteworthy. Because forms of transport are relevant to how these work. So they went from being a... Okay, they went from being a railroad kingdom to being a an aircraft kingdom. Maybe this is the answer? They used to be called Orinda Ares, and then they got changed to Fen Ares. And that's why the Orinda, and we are still Orindia, and so on, is all censored out of that history book, right? History is penned by the victors. Black flag, red flag. So that's why there's this confusion about them being named the same thing in the same location. Is Orinda Ares what became Fen Ares, I believe? The name was replaced. And now it's a political statement if you... Yeah. Let's see, let's look at the political statement one. I hope this isn't a political statement. Yeah. Let's see, that should be the one, right? The tablet one I was confused about. Because the person that, the one where it says, I hope this isn't a political statement, all the other ones had the pentagon drawn there, but that person has the tablet with the nubs on the end. So it's specifically that region that's being named incorrectly, and that they're questioning if it's a political statement or not. Okay. Oh. Music just cut out all at once. Am I taking too long for you, Mr. Video Game? Okay, the weight room. Let's do the Knight's Shield in the weight room. This is like an acceptable moment for this. Get it out of the way, avoid the negative consequences. Be marveled once again that this never has anything in it in this room. Here's where I want to draw a dead end potentially, or a classroom. Oof. I don't want red rooms to become more common because they'll dilute my pool. A classroom that ends my run. A den that's slightly okay, or I risk the red floor plan reroll and risk getting run ender. Not amazing. Dovecoat lets me rotate. Mechanarium lets me mechanarium. How many mechanical rooms do I have? 1. I wish they just told me right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5. Not great. It'll be a good layout, though. It will spread out my environment. It should give me both of the remaining open doors, and there's 2 side ones. Okay, so once again, the right door is not there. So if I had 2 more gear rooms when I drew this, I might have gotten those 2 open and then might have figured out where they go. The 8 key does not fit. Classroom ends my run. Patio ends my run. Well, it doesn't end my run yet, but it's not great. Bedroom's slightly okay for some items. I could redraw with the hopes of getting a right turn so that my run doesn't potentially end with the next room, but... One, two, three, four, five, six. There's only 2 classrooms remaining, and this would be one of them, if I draw this one. Watch the 8th classroom be the 8th room. That'd be rough. Spine and Pine. Grade 7. Algebra. Oh god. Wait, if you're just gonna write out the math, then what does it even mean that these are those colors? Do you just add that effect at the end? That's a squared, so yeah. Should be 3 squared is, yeah. Oh god, they do have decimals. It makes sense that they would have decimals. Playing tic-tac-toe up there? Okay, this is obnoxious. This teacher doesn't actually fucking tell you which ones are right and which ones are wrong. Alright, 3 squared is 9. 3 squared minus 5 is 4. Yeah, 9 minus 5 is 4. Uh-oh. What does the diamond mean? And then there's a wave? What the fuck? 21.7 with a Pepsi symbol around it. Because that's what that is. It's Pepsi. Or is that Coke? Whatever. One wave makes 21.7 20, but 2 waves makes 21.7 22. And then there's a 3 wave? Is this a parody of the idea of mathematical functions? These are, first of all, these are horrible to draw. Also, what the fuck? Is the diamond one just the intervals, the integers switched? 16 becomes 61. Then it says 12 blah 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 minus 2. But the implication is there that like it's a if you add the 2 back in, it's 21, so it's 12 becomes 21. But these are so alien that I can't really grade. I can't tell you how many they have right or wrong. 9 out of 12. D. Remember, don't square till you're there. No idea. Oh my god. You square after, right? You go left to right, then you square. It's a bit obnoxious. So it's 5 times 2. Yeah, 5 times 2 is 10. 10 squared is 100. 100 times 5... No, that's not times. Those are pluses. Shit. No, yeah, it is times 2. 5 times 2 is 10. 100... Yeah. Fucking up for some reason. 5, then times 2 is 10. Then you square it, which is 100. Then you add 5 again, which is 105. Then you subtract 95, which is 10, and then you square it, which is 100. I think. I might be getting the order of operations slightly wrong here, but I'm not going to keep checking it over and over again. But I might stop to screenshot all these just because maybe advanced math nightmare stuff is going to come up later, but I hope not. I hope this is just a funny gag. Alrighty, more screenshots for the collection. Let's hope my run doesn't end. I'm so close to drawing all 8 rooms, which would be neat. I'll hold on opening these 2 doors for now. In case I need the keys. Oh! It actually worked this time. Oh, jeez. Well, it goes to the right, so I might get one more chance to draw a classroom, but otherwise it's dead. Okay. Why did that... it's rank 8. It's just a key you use at rank 8 to generate the 8th room? So the 8th room is not the 8th room of the mechanarium. But there's gotta be something in the 8th room, in this thing. Maybe an upgrade disc? Or a letter or something? I don't know. It looks exactly like the painting. Okay. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Hubris, envy, lust, wrath, gluttony, sloth, avarice, and mundanity. So... there's a secret 8th one. It's all the sins you expect, and then mundanity sitting in the corner, out of frame of the painting. The sum of my sin, as it is penned, is a number within the room we are in. What? The sum of my sin, as it is penned, is a number within the room we are in. It's just 8 letters? Avarice is 7, sloth. Gluttony is 8 letters. To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. Need an N. Envy. Gluttony. Avarice, mundanity. There's 2 options. Let's not do you yet, if I can avoid it. Uh-oh. Can I pick up a different one? Okay, it goes back. I recommend you think again if I am ever in a bin far away from Finn. Finn? They're like a fish? I guess a penguin has fins? I don't know. You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin dead on the end. So the dog just has to be at the end of mundanity or hubris because it doesn't want to be between 2 sins. To my chagrin, my neighbor's sin is written thin to fit it all in. So one that has like so much text that they made the font different? Was that you? I don't know. I share a trend with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear on each bin. So there's 2 neighboring ones that have a letter that repeats. Hubris, envy, lust, no. Wrath. Gluttony is 2 T's. Sloth. Avarice and mundanity. That's 2 A's, and mundanity has 2 N's. So these 2. But how do I know which one? I guess I'll put it in the area. We spend a min or 10 lounging in the den. You'll know which bin I'm often in. If we spend a minute or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. Sloth? Sleeping? This is one that actually refers to the actual specific... thing. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. What? The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. Oh, there's the fin. That's even visible in the painting. Near the bend of the tail in the skin? It sounds like lust, if they're being euphemistic. The tail of the skin, I don't know what that means. So you should be by the fin. I'll just take it literally and put you right in it for now. You deserve to be in the end, so mundanity or hubris. Which one is written thin to fit it all in? Were you noticeably thin looking? They're hard to cross-compare. None of them seems distinctly thinner than the other ones in its font. Maybe the monkey is thinner than the other ones? Because he's wearing a skinny... he has a skinny sign? The monkey might be the thin one. I don't know. The bear might be thin. It's annoyingly hard to compare the way that's... oh wait. Does that one have like less spacing between the letters? The rabbit has less spacing between the letters. Even this one has spacing. So it's the spacing between the letters that's thin. Yeah. My neighbor's written thin. This may have been with an N in the sin. Envy, mundanity. Then that's how do I be your neighbor? So maybe you should be in envy. This is also by the fin. And this one has an N. It takes a weirdly long time to... I don't know, the controls are weird. The bend in the skin. Should be you and avarice, but I don't know which of you to put in which spot. They both just refer to their neighbors. Maybe I move lust over. Maybe I move you to wrath. The swan to lust, because it's also near the fin. And the dog on the end. It's not a good sign that nothing happened. You won't find my bin in between sin, for I deserve to be in a bin down in the end. Place me... To first begin, place me within a bin with an N within its sin. Envy. Alright, we'll just look for anything that's not right. If you I recommend you think again if I'm ever in a bin far away from the fin. There's a fin. The bin I tend to wind up in is near the bend in the tail of the skin. The bend in the tail of the skin. See, this one makes no sense to me. It's... oh. The bend in the tail of the skin. Oops, just dragged something from an OBS a little bit. Oop. They're referring to that. Then you have to be on this end then. Because the monkey has to be by the tail of the skin on the floor. And you have to be on the end, but he's on the end. The sum of my sin is as it is penned, as is a number within the room we were in. I think that's right. Gluttony with 8 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we spend a minute or 10 lounging in the den, you'll know which bin I'm often in. It could be sloth. It could also be maybe avarice. I think about the fact that it's also maybe, well, it's not humanity. I share a trauma with my neighbor's sin. A letter and its twin appear in each bin. It's probably you then. Part of me thinks like maybe avarice or greed or something. Yeah, avarice, because there's a gem in the den. Ooh. But I don't know. Can this one make sense as wrath? My neighbor's sin is original thin. Is it? It is. Which one? You? Oh, gluttony! But the rabbit's text is actually less spaced out, isn't it? They meant... okay. They meant that they wrote the letters on the box thinner, so it's next to gluttony. I thought that it was the text on the cards. Okay, what changed? Hello. A trophy? For solving the puzzle in the room 8 on rank 8. Trophies earned are permanently added to the trophy room. Okay, neat. Oh, 2 allowance tokens. Okay. Anything else, game? What? The last is behind the 8th door. The 8 room doesn't have a key in it? So maybe it is the 8th door of the mechanarium then. I solved the 8 room and it doesn't have the damn, okay. I thought I was about to get one of the sanctum keys and was going to be down to one of them. Okay, well we can still check the 8th door of this room, not this run probably, but in the abstract. And we'll keep working on the major minor situation. I guess I'll take the victory and get the last classroom, yeah. If I reroll, I'd miss on getting the 8th classroom. So there's another 8th room. I reached the 8th classroom and the room 8 right next to each other. This is a pretty successful run, even if it doesn't amount anything. Foreign language class. Learn Orion. Ajlor Ulgo? Nevda. Maybe this will let me translate that one. Is that funny bread? I guess so. Maybe this will let me translate that note. Please? Hello, can you teach me a new word? The large house is toward the east. I will swim at dawn. I won't read at night. The branches of the tree are old. Ventri, they said acceptable. The trunk of the tree is small. Menevtrai. I wish they would, These are probably gonna amount to being hints for the thing. 5 out of 6, this one says acceptable. Is it acceptable? You said 5 out of 6. Is something else wrong, but you don't say what it is? Their way of schooling is really annoying when they don't tell you what's wrong. Yeah, they just don't tell you. You should remember the Orion terms for these. Try my trunk. More things to document. I'm gonna want to translate and solve this probably so that I can figure out how to translate that other note and then maybe any other future notes. There's a lot here. And these. Lore, word, hue, house, try, tree, yite, gate, loon, water, Tao, day, nigh, night, awry, future. Earlier Ryan did not use any verbs, so today the rare usage of verbs are comprised almost entirely of loan words and are mainly used to describe physical actions. Huh. They didn't originally use verbs. Prefix and suffixes. First, small, toward, new, slash the start of. I slash me. I thought that said time at first. Last, large, away, old, the end of. A lack of myself. When paired with the verb, it can mean I will or I won't, similar to ulu. I successfully made every schoolhouse, so maybe I'll go back to the schoolhouse room just to see if anything happens back there. I don't think there's like anywhere to input anything here to do like a puzzle. So I'm just gonna go ahead and document all these like usual. And then I'll get back to the rest of it. Alright, language. Consider yourself defeated in the near future, but let's deal with the actual run we're in right now. Doop-a-doo. Which is 2 more mechanarium doors. Right through here, and yeah. Pretty filled in map. We only lost 3 rooms overall. And I did successfully get all 8 classrooms. So that's nice. Is there a trophy for that? Do you get any of the trophies indirectly, or do you always get them physically? I actually don't remember. It's beeping at me. Well, this one's not even locked. A key! A second silver key this run. Okay. I kind of thought these were going to be locked. And once again, that lever, which I can't access. But we got 2 of them open. Do. We're pretty good. The question is if I want to try to solve the thing. Okay, so this one's probably going to be a journey. I tried to transcribe the notes. Because this is hard to look at. And just, you know, handwriting and all that. So I tried to transcribe it outward into this mess. And now I guess we're going to try to figure out how to translate this. I wish I had a better way of navigating images. Yeah, why did hitting I hadn't refreshed the page yet. Because new Windows is weird and will just like fuck up your weird folder orders. Alright. Word, house, tree, gate, water, night, so on. Okay. It's gonna be an adventure. Aurel de Giris. This is gonna be a process. Or as a prefix is ov. Vocabulary. Aurel de Giris. Woof. The fact that we don't even get to see which ones are wrong drives me crazy. Ventriven? Trivenen? Tribranchvin. So I'm guessing this one's wrong. And this one's right, because it looks like that one. The tree trunk is small. Montotrai. Manevtrai. Trimatrunk. Maybe these 2 are both wrong here. Riedelnai, Elsum Nadau, Helm Ovet, Azor et Ultic Nevor. So these are all correct. These are the ones that have them right. So just these bottom 2 are wrong. Try brunch and try matrunk. And then these are both left over. Well, that could have been harder. Ta-da! Yeah. Triven and Ventriven, and they're both acceptable. So this is the correctest one. Mon travail. I should be able to find two wrong answers. One wrong answer here is the lack of ultich. Yeah, so the Ajlor ultich nevlor. That middle part's missing, so that's why this person was slightly wrong. Okay. Hello, can you teach me a new word? Trying to figure out Aurel Dagiris. Bleh. Okay, it's kind of hard to parse this from anything. Let's try just seeing if anything's recognizable. So, Ajlor Ultik Schnevlor. Uleldau. Where do I even begin with this mess? Look for Aj and Ma and Olv and Nev. Look for these prefixes and just fill them in, maybe. So Aj is first. Not the best way of filling it out, but seeing what I can find. Or Aj. Forget. I was gonna say that I think my first hint was that they might not be a native speaker, but then now we know that the forget's probably a loan word because of the lack of verbs. Ma is small. Ma. Nope. Olv is toward. OV, not OR, right? Unless these are supposed to be. Those could be V's. I don't know. Are those Vos or R? Vo. Of and Vo. There's no R's listed anywhere. Okay, so all of my... These are all V's. I love cursive! Yay! Joel Vovo. So of... Jova. Jora. I'm not sure. Of is toward. OV. Ovariga. Nevarai or Nevarai or Nevavai? Like, that's a is that a R and that's a V? That's just not great handwriting. Ovarai toward. Ooh, this is gonna be a process. Okay. Oris, or is it Ovis? Great. It's probably Ovis. Also, our language is less dense than theirs. Theirs is more relatively condensed character-wise, it looks like, going by this worksheet. So my description should be longer. I'm not going to be able to line them up very easily. Let's start adding spaces to the other one to help it out. Let's see, Ovis of Ovis. No more ovs. Nev, new, the start of. Nev. It's probably Nair, so it probably is Nev and not Nair. Yeah. So all of my R's are wrong. I'm gonna leave it as new for now. New. Q, those are H's, right? I'm not wrong about that? Yeah, that's not ambiguous. I'm paranoid now. Looking for more nevs. Nevarai toward new. Ovis. New. L is I/me. L. Ool. These aren't somehow E's, right? That's definitely a U. Okay. L. I. Toward new. Uldheed. It's definitely not an E, yeah. Eldiris. Okay, that's all the prefixes. Suffixes ya, last. Do 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 do. Ooh, that's gonna be processed. Okay. Maybe I break down which part has already been... If we are just breaking it down like this, then maybe I identify which part is in brackets is the part that I am assigning the meaning of the prefix to. Because I need to figure out what the middle of the word means eventually. I'm not going to have this all perfectly memorized, so as I go forward, it's going to be hard to tell what I'm looking at. Okay. There's a lot of it filled in. Nothing else had L. Okay, so we're looking for things that end with Ja. Ja, Nai, Mora, who you gift. Now. Do Dearest slew blah blah blah. That's okay, so first and last. They just add the word last at the end of the word toward last. There's a bit of it there. I should add blanks to the middle to show that more word is coming there. Otherwise it's gonna be hard to parse. Yeah, it's a decent solution. Oh, L is I. I'm having a whole goddamn notation system here. As best as I can. Word. Okay, here's ones that I missed. Whoops. Ah! How'd I do that? Really off-center on some of my presses here, I guess. I must have hit insert by accident. So now those lines were moving. There it is. Hopefully I didn't break anything? Okay. Looking for Jora. Last. Toward last. Oop. Okay. Am is large. Am. I don't see a single am at the end. Vo is away. Away, like further, more away? Because it seems to be the word twice. Not sure what to make of that at first. But the only vo? Maybe. Okay, Ven. Dalmora. Just listening to the background noise of this particular room go on forever. I don't see a single Ven either. Lay. A lack of myself. Without me? I don't know if Nevdau Uldrel is actually two different words or not. It's hard to tell where the spaces are. That's definitely a word, and that's definitely a word. I don't know if that's all one word, or if that's space in the middle. Trying to look for other U's, but all the U's are pretty much always at the ends of words, so I can't see an example of them connecting. Okay, there's one. You're right, there's two right here. It would be awkwardly two U's back to back. I don't know if that's actually weird or not. Lay. This is chaotic. Genre. Okay, well. Bit of progress there. Alright, so lore. Try. Era. This middle part is era. Is. Arai. Future. New future. Arai. Old genre. Of is. Of eraja. I don't see era anywhere. I don't know if Erai is there, like toward the last future. I don't know. Like, can Erai be abbreviated to just being A-R-E without the I sometimes? Lore. Word. Last word. Which is, this is a signing off at the end here. Lodiris. Oljora. Of Eraja. Ovis. Nevarai. Oljorgiri. Oldarai or Isfenro. Fuck. Oldainjo. I don't think we're gonna be able to solve this easily. Forget Oldain in. Oldain. Q Epson Lu. Q house. Oh, wait. House Epson. Lou. House Sinclair. Okay. House Sinclair, House Epson, whatever Lou means. Dow, New Day. So yeah, we can turn these into sentences as we go, instead of compound words. That's how the translation worked on the other thing too. New Day, New Dare Ilu. Eldbid. Ulhid. Eldlor. Word? If it's lore for word, then it might be eld lore, in which case eld might mean something else instead of just eld meaning I. Eld could mean something else. We don't have it here to specify. Write that down. Ulodiris. Eldlore. Uldariel. Ariai. Lie. Right. That's supposed to be in the brackets. No, future. Future without me? That's an old. Maybe ool and old both exist too? Nev Dao. Day. Well, is, don't know is yet. It shows up a lot though. L, yeah, I think it's L to Hugh. Oops. No, don't autocorrect shit. Okay. Hugh house. Old house maybe? Because yeah, we have a floating D here, so it's probably L'd instead of L. Oof, ov. Ul el gift. Ul el and gift. No. Ov el dagiris. Agiris. None of that. Okay. What's that? When paired with a verb can mean I will or I won't, similar to ulu. What does ulu mean? Curious about, like, maybe you can have two prefixes in the same word. O of L toward I. Ul L. Similar to Ul L. So these are Ul L or Ul Eld? Navdao. There's a chaotic way of organizing all this. Could do with some different systems here. Okay, see once again if any of these resemble the stuff. Ajlor. We'll teach Nevlor. Nevlor's new word. Ul teach. Can you? Okay. Ajlor. Is that hello? Is that greetings word maybe? Wait, wasn't era a word? Ov, era, ja. That's not one of them, no. Ul teach, so can you? Ul L. And L is I. L swim. Is there an Eld anywhere on here? Ovich, L swim, Noval. No Eld. Oops. I don't know if I want to tap into all these, because it'd be like, can you I something? And they'll have L. Ool L. Towards you. They say when paired with the verb, it can mean I will or I won't. So then ool and lu must mean can you or I can. Well, with verbs, it can mean can you. But otherwise, just ool on its own probably means you. Toward you. The writing keeps getting smaller as I keep having to zoom out a little bit more. Ool. Do. Lu. What does Lu at the end of a word mean? Because then we'd at least know the House Sinclair and House Epson phrases, which would be close to something. Forget Ul. You'll dine in. This is the type of episode that really tests people's interest. I'm always surprised, though, because people seem to be into the episode where I tried really hard to translate what was going on in Tunic, and I didn't even succeed at anything, really. It was like a whole episode of me kind of flailing and struggling against, like, just bashing my head against a wall, and people seem to be into it. Old. It definitely seems like an easy translation. Not like it's not gonna be easy for me, but I mean, like, as far as translation goes, it seems to be much easier than how real life translations tend to work. But I haven't actually turned it into anything yet. Uljora. First of all, Uljora might just be someone's name. But also, with all the Uls, there's a chance that it might be Uld, just like there's L and there might be Eld, so I might have to change all of these out later when I get more context. Unfortunately, there is not a single Uld or Eld on the worksheet, so that's unhelpful. We have Ul teach and L swim. I will swim, L swim. I think things suggest that L can be will. Yeah, L means I will, U means I think you. Can you? I will versus can you. L swim. So if something looks like a verb in English, it might actually be that word. Like this right here. You heed. That heed might be a loan word verb. Udarioris Fenro. Jesus. Fenro. Or even East. Monotri. The trunk of the tree was small. Monotri. The branches of the tree are small. Triven and Ven. Or they're old. So Ven may mean old. Tri might mean small. Because branches are like small trees. Nevdao. At dawn. New day. Okay, Nevdao. I'll do caps lock for when something is just translated, and I can just replace that part. Because Nevdao is an example in here. Yeah. That's good. Ulteach. I don't think that's anywhere on here. Ulheed. That's just the word teach, yeah. Can you teach? Uhid. Ulodoris. Uledainjo. I'm just losing my mind a little bit. We're like a half an hour into this, I might have to take a break just to like not have to stare at it anymore. I won't read at night. Read le nai. Doesn't le mean yeah, I won't, so I can't. Can be an I won't, so I won't read at night. Nigh, night. Nigh. Oof, try ven. Try ven. Do. Alderai. None of that. Okay. Manotry. Nev try? Is it nev? In the middle of a word? The trunk of the tree is small. Is it specifying that much in that little of a space? Oof. The large house is toward the east. Huum Ovet. Huum Ovet. Ov is toward. So give myself some more space here. Et is east. Huum. This word starts with try and that one ends with try, so that's throwing me off a little bit. Like, how do you distinguish between it being the beginning and ending of the word? Like, house is large, but the large comes before house in our language and then after here, because huam. volume of it. I need more examples. This is gonna be a challenge right now, so I think I'm gonna call it for now. Is there anything else I can do today? Schoolhouse, blah blah blah, silver key, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Morning star. Magnifying glass. Do I not have a workshop? I have a torch anyway, but do I not have a workshop? Despite making... Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, despite making it common. I don't think we have any more language to compare to, so I think right now the answer is basically to... treasure trove, coat check, break room, rest there. I have 67 steps, so we're pretty good. I want to go down to the workshop to build as much as I can, just to see if I can invent anything. And then I think I want to go to the classroom to dig it up. This doesn't go anywhere, shit. I want to go to the classroom and dig up as much as I can, just to see if there's anything actually there that's special, but so far dig spots are never special, so that's probably nothing. But just coming up with things to do with my remaining steps, since we've kind of accomplished what we set out to do. Come on, give me a super sleeping mask, you cowards. We already have the torch. Metal detector shovel. I don't know if I know what that does, actually. Oh, yeah, I do. Isn't it a super shovel? Yeah, the metal detector lockpick is a super lockpick, right? And the metal detector shovel is the detector shovel. I believe makes it a better shovel, so now if I dig that spot off, it might give me, like, super loot. Just in time for the level to be over. That's not connected to that. Shit, okay. Back around this way. Yeah, I wonder what items I'm missing. 'Cause there's still like 2 or 3 I haven't made yet. I believe. Look how late it is, because I did that long-ass puzzle and just spent all this time trying to translate things. That kind of stuff feels like the definition of like being kind of unfilmable, where you're like, what do I do when the game becomes a translation puzzle? Another key I can't use. And that's the dig spot. Womp womp. Is that just the floor noises? I thought I was stepping on a specific spot that was triggering something. Herbie. I believe that's just someone rudely writing their name on the thing. I guess we go to the armory. No. The coat check to put maybe the crown back? Maybe I should let the crown go back into the system just to see how it behaves and how it interacts with like the room that claims that it, like reclaim the throne. Reclaim the crown. The throne room says reclaim the crown. We don't necessarily know what's going on with that yet. And it feels like maybe I'm fucking it up by having the crown not be there. But it could be a different crown because there's also a crown in the antechamber, so maybe that room just summons the crown from the antechamber. But we need to learn a bit more about how that works, I think. But at the very least, we've also proven that we know how to get the red crown. So it's not completely insane to get. This is a surprisingly hard layout to look at. There's so many asymmetrical doors that look like they connect and then the other side's broken and I have to like double check. What the heck's going on over there? I'm just trying to take a rest in security so I can have this key at the beginning of the day for once, because I never have this key. Also, I've really got to use the restroom, so can I please finish the day? Hopefully I didn't forget anything major. Still need to get Lady Epson's diary, which requires both the torch and me drawing Lady Epson's room and having the tomb. It sucks that you can't open the tomb room from behind, but it makes sense because it'd be a mess. Yep, room 8, new room. There we go. Academic shopping center. Oh. The commentary on capitalism, colleges, and